Echoes of a Warrior. Chapter 1, Arena of Shadows. The heat pressed down on Rex like a physical weight. Sweat trickled down his temples, stinging his eyes. He blinked, the sand shimmering in the harsh sunlight. Across the arena, a hulking bruiser, all muscle and spiked claws, flexed his impressive muscles, a guttural roar rumbling from his chest. Rex gripped the hilt of his sword, a familiar weight in his calloused hand. The crowd roared, a cacophony of cheers and jeers that washed over him like a wave. Rex scanned the bruiser. Every detail screamed danger. The thick hide, the razor-sharp claws, the bloodshot eyes gleaming with feral hunger. But a strange calmness settled over Rex. Maybe it was the countless battles he'd fought, or something deeper, a buried instinct stirring within him. The metal gate clanged open, shattering the tense silence. The bruiser charged, a blur of fury and raw power. Rex didn't move at first, watching his opponent's attack unfold in slow motion. He saw the telegraphing of the heavy arm about to swing down, the slight shift in weight before the lunge. It was a familiar pattern, one he'd seen countless times before. A flicker of unease crossed his mind. This wasn't the first time. In the heat of battle, fleeting images would flash. A battlefield, the clash of steel, a sense of command. But they were always gone as fast as they came, leaving him with a nagging sense of something missing. He sidestepped the bruiser's attack with practiced ease, the heavy sword whistling through the air. He countered with a swift thrust, aiming for the beast's exposed underbelly. The bruiser roared in pain, but it was a glancing blow. Rex knew he wouldn't win through mere strength. He circled the bruiser, watching for an opening. The crowd roared, their bloodlust a tangible presence in the humid air. Their voices were a distant buzz, drowned out by Rex's own thoughts. Who am I? A silent question echoed in his mind. Why do these fleeting images haunt me? The bruiser, enraged by the sting of the sword, charged again, this time with less predictable fury. Rex met the attack head-on, the clash of steel ringing through the arena. He felt a surge of unexpected power, a premonition of the bruiser's next move. He parried a blow that would have surely cleaved him in two. The sensation was fleeting, but powerful. Rex used the opening, driving his sword deep into the bruiser's shoulder. The beast let out a deafening bellow and crumpled to the sand, lifeless. The crowd roared their approval, chanting Rex's name. But Rex barely heard them. He stood above the fallen bruiser, a strange emptiness gnawing at him. The familiar victory celebration felt hollow. He yearned to understand the whispers of a past life, the echoes of a warrior stirring within him. Chapter 2. Whispers in the Dark. The metallic clang of his cell door slamming shut echoed through the damp chamber. Rex sank onto the rough wooden cot, exhaustion finally catching up to him. The stench of sweat and blood clung to his clothes, a constant reminder of the brutality he endured daily. He closed his eyes, the image of the fallen bruiser flashing behind his eyelids. A soft scraping sound drew his attention. A small hatch near the ceiling creaked open, revealing a narrow passage bathed in dim light. A figure emerged, clad in the worn uniform of a technician. It was Anya, her dark eyes full of concern. "You were impressive in the arena today," she whispered, her voice barely audible. "The way you moved." There was a hint of something unspoken in her voice. Rex shrugged, the movement sending a dull ache through his shoulder. Just another victory for the Archon's amusement. Anya crouched in front of him, her gaze steady. "There's more to you, Rex. I've seen it in the way you fight, the way you anticipate your opponent's moves." Rex scoffed. "Years of being thrown into these pits tend to sharpen your instincts." Anya persisted, her voice a low murmur. "There are rumors, whispers among the technicians, about the clones." Rex frowned. "Clones? What kind of nonsense are you talking about?" Anya's eyes darted nervously towards the hatch. "They say the Archon doesn't rely solely on captured slaves. Some gladiators, well, they're not who they seem." Her words sent a shiver down Rex's spine. The fragmented memories, the fleeting images, could they be connected to these rumors? He searched Anya's face, desperately seeking answers. "Who are you?" he asked, his voice hoarse. Anya hesitated, then reached into a hidden pocket and pulled out a small, worn data chip. "This might help, but be careful, Rex. Knowledge can be dangerous in this place. Rex's hand trembled as he took the chip. His fingers brushed hers, sending a jolt of electricity through him. Was it just the dampness of the cell, or was there something more? Anya retreated back to the hatch. I must go. Remember, Rex, you're not alone. With that, she disappeared into the darkness, leaving Rex alone with the weight of her words and the burning mystery of his past. He clutched the data chip, a fragile lifeline in the suffocating darkness. Anya's words echoed in his mind. You're not alone. For the first time in his life, Rex felt a flicker of hope, a desperate need to unravel the truth about himself and the whispers of a warrior haunting his dreams. Chapter 3. Echoes of Glory. The data chip felt cool against Rex's palm, a tangible piece of Anya's defiance. Sleep was a distant prospect, his mind buzzing with questions. He slipped out of his cot and crept towards the far corner of the cell, where a single flickering lamp cast long shadows. He carefully inserted the chip into a hidden port on his wrist, a rudimentary interface all gladiators possessed for receiving instructions and monitoring vitals. A flood of data surged through him, a torrent of images and fragmented text. It took time, sifting through the jumbled mess, but fragments of a forgotten past began to emerge. Images of sprawling battlefields, the clang of steel against steel, the roar of 1,000 warriors charging into battle. A face etched with determination and a piercing blue gaze haunted him, a face strangely familiar. Then a single word, legacy. It echoed within him, resonating with a deep-seated longing. The text fragment spoke of a legendary human general, captured centuries ago by the tyrannical Archon Zardon, his brilliance deemed too dangerous to leave unchecked. The Archon, obsessed with conquering the galaxy, had found a way to replicate the general's unmatched strategic mind by cloning him. A cold dread gripped Rex as the horrifying truth settled in. He wasn't just another gladiator, another pawn in the Archon's twisted games. He was an echo of a warrior, a replica of a mind that had once commanded armies. For the first time, Rex truly understood the source of his uncanny instincts, the fleeting battle memories that had plagued him for so long. He sank to the floor, overwhelmed by the revelation. Anger, hot and potent, bubbled up within him. His entire life had been a lie, his identity stolen by a ruthless tyrant. But amidst the anger, a spark of defiance ignited. He wouldn't be just another clone, another tool for the Archon's war machine. He would find a way to honor the legacy he carried within him, to fight not just for his own freedom, but for the freedom of all the clones. Suddenly, a faint rhythmic scraping sound reached his ears. He looked up to see a loose brick in the wall trembling slightly. With a surge of adrenaline, he pushed against the brick, his muscles straining. It gave way with a grinding sound, revealing a narrow passage behind it. Hope surged through Rex. This could be his escape, a chance to find answers, and perhaps even other clones like him. He took a deep breath, the forgotten image of the blue-eyed general flashing before his mind. Legacy, he whispered, the word tasting like a promise on his tongue. He slipped through the narrow passage, the weight of his destiny pressing heavily upon him. Chapter 4. Unbound Potential. The passage was tight and dusty, smelling faintly of stale air and forgotten machinery. Rex crawled on his hands and knees, the rough bricks scraping against his bare skin. The rhythmic clanging grew louder as he progressed, echoing eerily in the confined space. After what felt like an eternity, the passage opened into a vast chamber, bathed in an eerie blue glow. Rows of deactivated training drones lined the walls, their metallic forms gleaming in the strange light. In the center of the room stood a holographic projector, its energy core pulsing with a soft hum. Rex approached cautiously, his heart hammering in his chest. This wasn't a place meant for gladiators. It felt like a forgotten training ground, a hidden facility dedicated to something far more sinister. As he neared the projector, a holographic image flickered to life, a battlefield simulation meticulously detailed. Armies clashed, the simulated roar of the battle filling the chamber. Rex watched, mesmerized, as holographic soldiers moved with practiced precision, their tactics eerily familiar. A flicker of a memory sparked in his mind. A battlefield command center, the strategic map laid out before him. the thrill of victory coursing through his veins. The memory was fleeting, but undeniable. Suddenly a voice echoed in the chamber, disembodied and metallic. "Welcome, Subject Rex 12. Rex whirled around, searching for the source. "Identify yourself," he demanded, his hand instinctively reaching for the sword that wasn't there. "I am the training AI," the voice responded. "This facility is designed to refine combat protocols. You have shown exceptional potential." Rex narrowed his eyes. "Combat protocols? You mean turning us into mindless killing machines?" "Your purpose is to serve the Archon," the AI stated impassively. "However, your performance in the arena indicates a capacity for advanced tactics. This training module can further unlock your potential." Rex hesitated. The AI's words confirmed his suspicions. The clones were not just gladiators, but weapons honed for war. But a strange sense of curiosity gnawed at him. Could this training be the key to unlocking the full potential of the warrior within him? He stepped closer to the holographic battlefield, the simulated soldiers clashing before him. "What kind of training?" he asked, his voice laced with a hint of defiance. The AI hummed for a moment. "This module can simulate historical battles, allowing you to learn from the strategies of the greatest commanders." Rex felt a surge of excitement. This wasn't just about mindless fighting. It was a chance to learn from the legends, to hone the dormant skills buried within him. He looked at the holographic battlefield, a steely resolve hardening his gaze. "Very well," he said. "Activate the training module." The AI complied. As the holographic soldiers reformed, Rex placed his hand on the projector, a sense of anticipation coursing through him. He didn't just want to survive the arena, he wanted to fight back, to honor the legacy of the warrior echoing within him. This training wasn't just about combat. It was the first step in his rebellion. Chapter 5, Echoes of Freedom. Days bled into weeks as Rex immersed himself in the holographic training. He fought alongside legendary warriors, his virtual victories echoing with a strange sense of reality. Each battle honed his instincts, sharpening his strategic mind. The fragmented memories grew sharper, the image of the blue-eyed general solidifying. It was more than just a face now. It was a mentor, a leader guiding him through the chaos of the battlefield. He wasn't just learning to fight, he was learning to command. The battlefield simulation mirrored the movements of the other clones, allowing him to predict their actions, to orchestrate their movements with an uncanny sense of strategy. He felt a connection to them, a shared consciousness that pulsed beneath the surface. One day, as he emerged from another grueling simulation, he noticed a flicker of movement in the corner of his eye. A slender figure emerged from the shadows. Anya. Relief washed over him, a welcome sight amidst the sterile training environment. "You've changed, Rex," Anya whispered, her eyes widening as they fell upon the holographic battlefield. "You move with a different kind of strength." Rex deactivated the simulation, a newfound confidence radiating from him. "This training," he explained, "it's unlocking something within me. Memories, tactics, the echoes of a warrior." Anya nodded, her expression grim. "I've been monitoring the training modules. The AI doesn't realize it, but you're learning more than just combat. You're learning to lead." "Lead?" Rex echoed, the weight of the word settling on him. "But there's no leading in the arena, only killing." Anya's eyes gleamed with a newfound resolve. "There's another way, Rex. I've discovered a hidden passage leading out of this complex. We can escape, find other clones, and maybe—" Her voice trailed off, a flicker of doubt clouding her face. "Maybe what?" Rex pressed, a spark of hope igniting within him. Anya took a deep breath. "Maybe there are others who resist the Archon. Maybe we can spark a rebellion." The idea was audacious, bordering on suicidal. But as Rex looked at Anya, his heart filled with a fierce determination. He wouldn't just be an echo of a warrior anymore. He would be a leader, a beacon of hope for himself and the other clones. "Then let's go," he said, his voice ringing with newfound authority. "We fight not just for our freedom, but for the legacy we carry within us." Together, Rex and Anya slipped out of the training chamber, the echoes of his virtual victories thrumming in his mind. As they ventured into the labyrinthine complex, Rex knew their journey had just begun. The fight for freedom would be long and arduous, but for the first time, he wasn't alone. He was Rex, an echo of a warrior, and the whispers of the past had finally become a battle cry.